Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, I rarely say this, and I never mean it, but we have breaking news. Just moments before I walked into the studio I'm in right now, I learned something shocking. 2 years ago, you may remember, the New York Times published an op-ed called "I Am Part of the Resistance Inside the Trump Administration" by someone known only as Anonymous. People have been trying to guess who this was ever since the column was released. Well, this afternoon, Anonymous was revealed, and it's Miles Teller, star of Whiplash, the beloved Fantastic Four series, and the upcoming Top Gun reboot. I have no idea how Miles Teller got such intimate details of classified information. Maybe Tom Cruise told him. But the Trump administration has got to be reeling right now from the... I'm sorry, what? And I'm being told it's not Miles Teller? Then who is it? Miles Taylor? Who the is that? The guy from DHS who left like a year ago and already endorsed Joe Biden? Well, that's not news. That's ridiculous. Call me when Miles Teller does something. That kid's got heat. Sorry. This is why I never say breaking news. I overreacted. In that I reacted at all. That's on me. I apologize. Let's go on. Where was I? Coffee. 1 second. Right. Okay, yeah. It's October 28th, the final Wednesday before the presidential election, or depending who wins, the final Wednesday. Because emotions are running high, and so are the vote totals. Because with 6 days still to go, thanks to early voting, more than half the total 2016 vote is already in. That's pretty impressive. But if 2016 taught us anything, it's that more than half sometimes isn't enough. So far, Biden is off to a good start, in part because 2020 has been a record-shattering year for early voting among young people. That is dope to the WAP, my tubular younglings. This campaign has gone on for an eternity, and 2020 is projected to be the most expensive U.S. election ever, with spending as high as $14 billion. And that's before you count money for booze and Zoom sessions with my psychic. Who's gonna win, Esmeralda? Most of the campaign cash has gone to TV ads, and thanks to a new report, we're learning some more about what TV shows the candidates are advertising on. There's a lot of similarities. Both campaigns are running a lot of ads on reruns of The Big Bang Theory. That's a little surprising. Trump's no fan of science. But so far, no one's made The Big Bang as a Chinese hoax. But the campaigns have been targeting some different audiences. For instance, Trump has prioritized reruns of The Andy Griffith Show, which ran from 1960 to 1968. Not to be outdone, Biden has started advertising on the Train Entering the Station channel. I was on that train. Got into a fist fight with one of the Lumiere brothers. Release the director's cut. Come on, Jacques. But there's one show that Trump has put a lot of ad dollars into that kind of surprised me, because Trump has aired almost 1,200 commercials on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Wow. Has he seen how I talk about him on this show? Well, I guess it wouldn't be the first time Trump's paid someone to spank him.
This slam paid for by Donald Trump Slam.
On the rally front, Trump is spending his time shoring up states he won in 2016. Yesterday, Trump was in Michigan, where he said something a little odd for a sitting president.
I don't sound like a politician because I'm not a politician. I never wanted to be a politician.
Okay, that sentiment was okay 4 years ago, but now you're the politician. That's like your surgeon looking at you right before going under saying, by the way, I don't sound like a doctor because I'm not a doctor. I never wanted to be a doctor. Hand me the pokey stick. But the clip from this rally that's getting a lot of attention is this attempt to appeal to suburban women.
You know what else? I'm also getting your husbands. They want to get back to work, right? They want to get back to work. We're getting your husbands back to work.
That's great news, ladies. Donald Trump is going to get your husbands back to work so you can get all your lady chores done, like voting for Joe Biden. Now, today, before departing for Arizona, Trump held a quick news conference where he was asked about the recent unrest in Philadelphia, and he described the scene in a very Donald Trump way.
People are breaking into stores and walking out with washing machines and walking out with all sorts of things, and it shouldn't be allowed.
For the record, it's not allowed. And I'll say this, looting is wrong, but if you can walk out of a store carrying a washing machine, I think you should be allowed to keep it. And not just during riots. That should be like a blanket policy, like those restaurants where if you can finish the 72-ounce steak, you don't have to pay for it. If you look at the recent COVID news, you might want to Purell your eyeballs because it's clear that this virus is going everywhere fast, especially in states that Trump desperately needs, like Texas. In El Paso, the number of admitted COVID patients has more than tripled over the past 3 weeks, forcing doctors to treat some patients in a field hospital in a nearby parking lot. That is terrible. The only things that should happen in a parking lot are parking, selling pumpkins, and getting high with the bong you made out of the pumpkin. This is how bad it is. Well, it took our country 3 months for the first 500,000 cases. The U.S. is now reporting 500,000 new cases in just the past week. Clearly, we're a long way from ending the COVID-19 pandemic. On the other hand, yesterday, a new White House press release announced that one of Trump's biggest accomplishments is ending the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, while that is clearly insane, declaring victory prematurely is a proud Republican tradition. At this point, Trump's not just Nero fiddling while Rome burns. He's Nero sending out a press release that says, "You're not on fire." I'd say this is Donald Trump peeing on our leg and telling us it's raining, but he usually pays Russian prostitutes to do that.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Thank you, sir. I can't believe I'm getting checks from Donald Trump, and they cleared. This press release from the mouth of madness was created by the White House's Office of Science and Technology Policy. And if you're wondering just how science they are, one of the other major accomplishments they tout is understanding our planet. Look, I get the planet better than anyone. It's blue and it's green. Heaven is up, hell is down. It's shaped like a delicious meatball. And the whole thing revolves around me. But there are some quotes from leading academic minds in the document. One says, President Trump's policies and investments in science and technology ensure America stands ready to solve today's most pressing challenges. An endorsement that comes from world-renowned scientist Ivanka Trump. Don't believe me? Here she is in a lab just a few years back, distilling pure crap. No one's buying it. Even an official on Trump's own COVID task force said, it's mind-boggling. There's no world in which anyone can think that statement is true. Maybe the president, but I don't see how even he can believe that. It's easy. Just consult his closest medical advisor. Dexamethasone hallucinations.
COVID's gone away, and Donald Trump has washboard abs.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Last night, the LA Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 6 to win the World Series. Congratulations to the Dodgers, who haven't won the big one since the 80s, when, of course, their uniforms looked like this. But there is one thing about last night's game. It's kind of interesting. During the 8th inning, Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner was abruptly pulled out with no explanation. Was he injured? Was he traded? Was he finally swallowed by his own beard? None of the above, because we later learned that Turner took the field while still awaiting the results of his Tuesday morning COVID test. But it was only last night, right around the bottom of the 6th, that the lab returned the news, which confirmed a positive. Nice job, MLB testing. You are officially the only thing slower than baseball. Of course, given the diagnosis, Turner did the responsible thing and hit the dugout for a hug sesh. You get the coronavirus, and you, and whose wife are you, and I don't care. And then I kiss my own wife, and then take off the mask with all the teammates. Woo! Don't infect each other, fellas. You're the World Series champs. You get to go to the White House. They'll have plenty of COVID to go around. This is the most irresponsible behavior by an athlete since LeBron James' pregame anthrax toss. Of course, everyone is suffering under this pandemic. Well, almost anyone. because yesterday the internet blew up after discovering that Kim Kardashian West threw a party for herself and dozens of friends on a private island. Any sensible person would want to keep that under wraps, which is why Kim Kardashian posted it all on Twitter saying, after 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island where we could pretend things were normal just for a brief moment in time. You think that's normal? Yeah, me and my other reality show star siblings took a private jet to a secret island for a couple of weeks. It's just nice to get back into a routine, you know? And they partied hard. According to Kim K, we danced, rode bikes, swam near whales, kayaked, watched a movie on the beach, and so much more. I assume so much more means hunting the waitstaff for sport. I'm just worried they're going to give rich people who do whatever they want on a private island a bad name. See you soon, Richard Branson. But in spite, would you go if Branson invited us? Would you go? Hell yeah. That's legally, you have to go now if he invites us. In spite of the extravagance of this party, Kim managed to stay grounded, tweeting, I realize that for most people, this is something that is so far out of reach right now. So in moments like these, I am humbly reminded of how privileged my life is. Yes, because this all screams humble. It's like Mother Teresa said, humility is the mother of all virtues. But the daddy, it's this Lambo, baby. Vroom, vroom, eat Mama T's dust. We've got a great show for you tonight. I'll be talking to South Carolina Senate candidate Jamie Harrison and rock legend Elvis Costello. But when we come back, I interview a top GOP election strategist. Stick around.